You're listening to Clear Views a Day with Dr. Abadan Shah, the daily show that engages mind and heart for the gospel of Jesus Christ. I'm Ryan Hill.
I'm John Galantis.
You can find us online at clearviewtodayshow.com. Or if you have any questions for Dr. Shah or suggestions for new topics, send us a text 252-582-5028, or you can email us at contact@clearviewtodayshow.com.
That's right, and we want you guys to help us keep the conversation moving forward. You can do that by supporting the show. You can share it online with your friends and family. Leave us a good 5-star review on iTunes or Spotify. Absolutely nothing less than 5 stars for any reason. We're going to leave a couple of links right there in the description so you can do just that.
You can follow our show from the new Chromebook that you just punched somebody in the face for on Black Friday.
I was just about to say happy Black Friday, my friend. It is upon us at last. Did
you guys go shopping this morning?
We went shopping a little. Well, no, I didn't go shopping. Ellie went shopping. I haven't been Black Friday shopping in years. We used to go, but it's just always struck me as funny as the day after Thanksgiving, like literally sometimes the same day, we just got done sitting down at the table and giving thanks to the Lord for everything we're grateful for. And less than 12 hours later, we are in line
we're punching people in the face for everything we don't.
Knocking people down, trying to get all the TVs and all the goo gags and the doodads and all that stuff.
What is a goo gag?
A goo gag is like a little gadget. You know what the kids use. Like they have like the little pokey whatever, the Pokemans, and they hit the buttons, they fight. It's crazy, man, what the kids get up to these days. They got the little Beyblades and they got what you call it?
Have you been shopping recently?
The Digimons. I think I'm like a Rip Van Winkle. I just fell asleep.
That sounds right. You fell asleep in like the late 90s and woke up. That sounds right.
Oh, Black Friday. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Elizabeth and I went Black Friday shopping years ago before kids, but it was like we're going to go and maybe buy a couple things, but we really went to just go hang out, people watch.
And look at the people.
Yeah, just kind of like like there's excitement in the air as people are kind of like stressing to get here and there, and we're just kind of sitting down, sipping our drinks and just like.
I want to take us on a philosophical walk down human nature, like the path of human nature. Because here's what I want to say. Does Black Friday bring all the crazies out into the public, or is this just it's always inside them? Like when you go in Walmart, like not today, but let's say I went in Walmart 5 weeks ago. Black Friday's nowhere on the horizon, and these people are there. Are they actually crazy but suppressing it, and then on Black Friday they'll let it out? It's like kind of like the Purge sort of thing.
100%.
They're just crazy.
Absolutely.
They're crazy and violent.
The average person is crazy and violent. They just keep those stuff on the inside. Except for Black Friday when people get trampled over Tickle Me Elmo.
Black Friday is like the Purge. Black Friday is like
it's
the purge,
the purge for shopping.
Like you are socially allowed to bring out all your ugliness and all your
I'm very
desire.
grateful for all of the things in my life, but I will curb stomp you if you take that last plasma screen.
Now, here's my question. This is for my Clearview people specifically. If you listen into the show, and I don't know you specifically, you're allowed to be as crazy as you want, but for all my Clearview people who are listening, all right? Is y'all acting crazy on Black Friday? Look at me now.
Be honest.
Look at me. The Lord is watching you. Are y'all acting crazy on that Black Friday? Are y'all going to Walmart and pushing old ladies down? Are y'all going to Kmart? Are y'all going to
Nobody's going to Kmart.
Are y'all going to Ross dressed for less and acting crazy? Y'all going to Circuit City and acting a daggone fool?
Circuit City. What? Radio Shack?
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. It was on the tip of my tongue, but I couldn't.
Pull out the old school.
Anyway, man. I say happy Black Friday. We're going to get Dr. Shah in here and talk to him a little bit. I can't imagine Dr. Shah Black Friday shopping. No way.
Either.
Unless they had a Black Friday sale at like the manuscript store. Like the
manuscript,
like the antique shop, yeah.
Write in and let us know your take on Black Friday. And if you're still out there Black Friday shopping, write in and let us know. 252-582-5028. Or you can visit us online at clearviewtodayshow.com. We'll be back after this.
Hey, what's going on, listeners? My name is John.
And I'm Ellie.
And we just want to take a second and let you know about Dr. Shah's new book on the market right now called Can We Recover the Original Text of the New Testament? Boy, that is a long title.
True, but it's a very simple message. The original text of the New Testament is not only attainable, but there are lots of different ways that scholars go about discovering it.
There's a lot of people out there saying that the original text is lost forever, or that it's hopeless to actually try to find it, or that there's many texts of the New Testament. But alongside Dr. David Allen Black, Dr. Shah has actually compiled papers from some of the world's leading experts in textual criticism, including one written by himself on various methodologies for extracting the original text. And listen, if you're interested in textual criticism, this book is a great introduction to the field.
You can pick up your copy on Amazon, or you can buy it from our church website. That's clearviewbc.org. We're going to leave a link in the description box so you can get your copy today.
Love that. Ellie, let's hop back in.
Let's do it.
Welcome back to Clearview Today with Dr. Abadan Shah, the daily show that engages mind and heart for the gospel of Jesus Christ. You can visit us online at clearviewtodayshow.com, or if you have any questions or suggestions for new topics, send us a text to 252-582-5028.
That's right, and we're here once again in the Clearview Today studio with Dr. Abadan Shah, who's a PhD in New Testament textual criticism, professor at Carolina University, author, full-time pastor, and the host of today's show. Dr. Shah, happy Friday, my friend.
Happy Friday to you guys.
Happy Black
Friday. Happy Black Friday. Anybody out early for deals today?
Black Friday sounds like a ancient, like medieval battle or something. Like,
Welcome to Black Friday.
It's like a war, like Bloody Sunday. That was like, what was that, Russia? Something like that,
no
Bloody
idea.
Sunday or
Ireland.
something like that.
Ireland.
Yeah, it was like a ancient battle or like a catastrophe.
And that day became known as Black Friday.
And then I feel like every time I see footage of Black Friday, I feel like, this is
That kind of
this
fits.
is sort of a catastrophe.
Kind of fits. Why does that person have a spear?
Dr. Shah, just a few short hours ago, we were sitting here around this Thanksgiving podcast table or this Thanksgiving radio table, just giving thanks for all that the Lord has given to us. We're just so grateful. If you wouldn't mind, I'd love to take a break from the show to go out and trample some old ladies in the middle of a wall.
Yeah, I need to punch somebody in the face for a plasma screen real quick. I'll be right back.
Have you ever been Black Friday shopping?
Years and years ago.
Did you like it? Who'd you go with? Nicole?
Yeah, Nicole
Okay.
and I, yeah.
Did
and
she
the
like
kids went too with us, and so it was in a way fun, but I don't shop for those clothes anymore.
Okay.
Like we used to have like this whole thing laid out that we were gonna go here and we're gonna go by that department store. And those pair of pants I want or something like that. But now I don't do that. So.
Yeah, I don't like shopping on a calm day. You know what I mean? To me, shopping is like, I've never understood the whole, because to me, shopping is like go in, get what you need, and go home.
Yeah. Right.
Because I need something.
Right.
But a lot of women, I mean, some guys too. Some guys just like shopping. Some people just like to go in. I don't need anything, but I just want to see what's up. You know, go in, pick stuff up, put it in the, try it on, and have no intentions of buying it. It's just like a fun day.
Yeah.
But then to add the
chaos,
the chaos of Black Friday on top of that.
Well, let me back up and say this. It's not the kind that you're thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Like get up there early in the morning, get in line at 4:00. No, I don't think we ever did that.
Right.
No, it's more like we'll roll in about 11 o'clock in the evening, in the afternoon,
Like
in the morning.
11 in the morning.
Yeah, and then kind of walk around and kind of scavenge through.
Do you have like a list, like a hit
wreckage.
list? Like here's all the things we got to get for Black Friday.
Yeah. So all I have is size 58.
Yeah.
All I need is 34 or 36.
It's not going to work.
Yeah.
Elizabeth and I went Black Friday shopping like that early, like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning before
wow.
kids. This was well before kids. We were newly married. And we went because there were some things we wanted to buy, but largely just to people watch. Like we went and got some coffee and just kind of sat down and just spent time together. We bought a couple things, but people were crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
It was wild. I mean, we saw several verbal arguments almost break out into physical altercations.
Really?
Yeah.
Ellie went. Ellie likes that. Ellie likes that. She won't admit it, but she likes it. She likes to see people. She doesn't do that, but she likes to watch people like in the stores break down and start fighting over stuff.
Yeah.
And my mom and sister love it.
I don't like
So
that.
the
I don't
three
like
of
that
them-
anymore.
The three of them would go, but then Ellie would do that annoying thing where she's like, "I'm not gonna have fun if you don't go." I was like, "I have no interest in going. I don't like shopping on a fun day, so I definitely don't want to go."
Yeah.
She's like, "Well, then I'm just not gonna go." I'm like, "So I'm getting guilt. All right, I'm going. I'm going." And that was, I think I went Black Friday shopping 2, maybe 3 years in a row, and then I was like, "I'm done."
The
I'm
end.
done.
So you don't do it anymore?
No, I don't like it.
No, with the advent of Cyber Monday,
Especially now
that's
with
what I
children.
do now. On Monday,
Really?
I'm surfing on my couch. Absolutely.
Now that I
I'm
got
all over
kids-
Amazon, like I'm getting this and
This is-
for the comfort of my own home.
This is sort of the way where you spin it to look like a good husband, because I'm like, look, baby, we're not taking those kids out. Here's what I do: you go break old ladies' backs and you trample them and get all the deals that you want. I'm gonna stay home.
Stab
with
somebody in the eye for a tickle me Elmo.
I'm gonna stay home with the kids.
Do y'all even remember Tickle Me Elmo?
I do.
yeah.
I
I had
remember
one.
that.
But we were not married at the time.
No, I was a kid.
No,
but
I had
I
one
was
as a
old enough to remember this whole big uproar about Tickle
Yeah.
Me
How
Elmo.
old were you?
Oh gosh.
Uproar. What are you talking about?
Elementary, maybe early middle school.
Early middle school.
Probably 10.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uproar, like everybody wanted one, or like
Yeah, and couldn't
Everybody
find
wanted
them.
one.
yeah,
you remember that?
Yeah, I had one.
No. But do you remember the uproar?
No,
Yeah, one
sorry.
of them couldn't find them. People were like, "Oh man, it was crazy."
like Tickle Me Elmo, like the where you take it. He's like, ha 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 ha.
Yeah, he just starts,
Yeah.
and then he starts shaking.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
that was
the toy.
I didn't know there was an uproar over it. Like,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
like Friday
Man,
uproar.
it was huge.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
this went on for. I mean, people were looking for it everywhere,
Yeah.
spending hundreds of dollars to buy it
Stealing
because
from other people. I mean,
Oh
it's
my
crazy.
goodness.
Yeah.
and it was not even worth it.
No, for a
No.
little doll.
The tickle
Yeah.
me hold on, the tickle me Elmo craze.
Yeah, he starts laughing, and they keep tickling him, and then it starts shaking.
Oh my goodness! This video from the CBC is called "The Tickle Me Elmo Craze That Called a." That's not funny.
What's
I seriously caused a Walmart employee to get
To
trampled.
get trampled. 1996.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
that's right.
96. I would have been 8.
okay?
I was 8 in 96.
In
Yeah, I
the
remember
mid 1990s, kids. I shouldn't be laughing at this. Kids went crazy for the Tickle Me Elmo, and so did their parents in trying to acquire the popular toy. Crazy enough to trample.
It was
I'm sorry.
nuts. I mean,
To
it was
trample
crazy. People
Walmart.
were getting like hurt and killed over this.
Did they died? The
Yeah, there were some
employee
people that died. Absolutely. I don't know if this employee died, but there were some people who did.
Whew, golly,
Crazy.
That's insane.
Yeah, it was. I remember that very, very well. We didn't get it that year, but we got it the year after.
You did
Yeah.
get one for your kids.
Yeah, I mean, a few months later, they were there.
Let me ask you this. I know we got to move on, but
Yeah.
if you had taken your dad and your mom Black Friday shopping, what do you think their reaction would have been?
Yeah, this is like India.
Really?
Yeah.
You think they would have liked it? They would have liked it.
not expecting that.
All right, so my mom is she loves people. Like she likes to be around people.
Okay.
Or liked. She's in heaven now.
Right.
So she liked to live in the city limits. She liked to live where people were. She liked to go shopping, like in the heart of the bazaar.
Okay.
I was a little boy. Mom would take me shopping. I hated it. I didn't want to be there. I did not want to be there because I knew exactly the route. We're gonna go by the vegetable market here. Then we're gonna go by the grain market over there, and then we're gonna go by rice over here. We're gonna go by wheat over there. And so,
You can still see all of those.
oh, I
markets
can
today.
see them all. I saw them last time I went. I mean, so much has changed. It's like
Yeah.
it's like imagine a lot of like this flat ground and it's a lot of dirt's caked on there. I mean, it's just like so much more is on top of each other, and it's so hectic.
Wow.
It is so hectic, and she would take me usually like on a Saturday afternoon or something like that. And it's hot, and I'm walking around holding her hand, and there's like 50,000 people converging on the same bazaar.
Goodness.
Yes, and people are like shoving this and shoving now,
Oh,
but they
gosh.
knew her, so the guy who's sitting behind a huge pile of beans. That's how it went. I mean, he went to the bean shop. It's nothing but beans.
He's got beans,
Mountain of beans.
beans.
You name it.
I gotta give you that one, right?
Thank you. I
Good
appreciate
job.
that.
And then they would call her Benji, which means like sister, but also like a teacher, because she was also a teacher. And she was known as a teacher in town. So they would say, "Oh, teacher, yes." And so, how much? And then she would say that, and then she would barter with the guy. I mean, not barter, like bargain with the guy.
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
So she would haggle the price.
Yeah, you do that.
Was she good at it?
Yes, oh yes, and it was annoying because I was like, just buy, just go.
Bye. Let's just go, please.
Yeah. Then she was like, no. That last week we paid this, so that like, well, there's no things going up and all that, and it's like, no. But we've been coming here for years, and so I remember this so well.
So she could be disagreeable in the store if she needed to get a good
This is
deal.
not a store. This is an outside big bazaar.
Gotcha. Okay.
I mean, you'd be shocked to see how much food, and they keep it. It's not the cleanest place,
Right.
Yeah.
But the shop itself is clean.
Now, I don't want to interrupt you from your story. Are you that way? Like, if you're
No.
if someone's like, hey, I know this was the price, but now it's this, would you be like, I just want this to be over with, so here's what it is?
No, I do bargain now.
Okay.
Because I mean, the things I buy now are like books,
Right.
Things like that. So if I can bargain a better price, I will.
Yeah.
Definitely do that.
Right.
But not over beans or potatoes. So then we go to the potato shop, and it's like tons of. I mean, it's like a mound. It's like a mountain, like this tall, and the guy sitting behind it on this bench, and he has his workers around him with bags ready to put the potatoes in there. And he said, no, that's a bad one. Why would you put a bad one in there? So I mean, this hundreds of voices happening.
You look like that right there.
That's actually very nice put together.
Let me put. I'm gonna see if I can. Put it up on the
Yes,
screen.
Indian Bazaar is what you got to type
All right.
on Google. I'm sure you'll find some pictures out there.
I got you.
So yeah. Whew. I would be stressed.
That's stressful. I mean,
Yes.
I'm like third party hearing this, and
Yeah,
I'm
especially as
stressed
like a
for
little
you.
kid too.
Yeah. And then we go to the daily goods store. That's where we would go buy all the oil and the butter and everything, and have to stand there.
Wow, that's incredible.
And then the list goes in, and then they go back there, and they, oh my gosh,
Oh, so she would give them a list, and they would
They would get
assemble the-
everything, yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
kind of cool.
Not the beans part. This
Not-
is another.
yeah,
store.
This is a different place.
This is a different.
so
store.
so it wasn't.
Look, yeah, like that, like that.
Whoa.
Yes.
This one.
This
here?
is this see like here, like that, like that. That's what they look like.
That
This
is
one here, that's what they look like?
crazy.
Yes. Except the mound was probably more like that over there.
Like this one?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, that picture is at least. Yeah.
So she'd be over here.
Yeah, but
Talk,
it didn't look like this. I mean, imagine like hundreds of people here and hundreds of people there.
For those on the radio, this is literally
It's like a mountain of
it's like-
potatoes.
Yeah, a small mountain of potatoes.
yeah, it looks like a hill. You said I'm gonna type in Busaval and just see.
Oh yeah, you'll see. I'm sure Basawal Bazaar.
Yeah.
There it is. Oh yeah.
That's the
okay.
bazaar?
Yeah, that's one of the bazaars. Go in there. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's one of the bazaars. But it's okay. That's it. And
That's the one your mom would take you to.
No, I don't
okay,
remember
okay.
that. I mean, maybe it is.
Got you.
But imagine that with lots of people everywhere.
They got the people to clear out for the photo.
Yes.
Y'all move so we can take a picture real
Yes.
quick.
I mean, I remember some of these places. I'm not so. When I tell you all these stories, I'm not lying. I'm
Oh,
not
no,
making
it's-
this up. This
it's
is
real.
all real.
That's insane.
All real.
Wow.
So yeah. So and then the haggling would begin, and then the bargaining, and I'm like, can we go home? Not right now. We have we just started. We're not gonna.
Oh, that's you never want to hear that. You never want to hear that. So all that to say, she'd be right at home during Black Friday.
Oh yeah.
No problem
Oh
at
yeah.
all. Your dad?
100%.
How'd your dad feel about it?
Dad would do the shopping too, but he wouldn't bargain like mom would bargain. No. Dad would just like he had his, and they knew he was coming, so they always knew exactly what he needed. And then he always was dressed up, nice, expensive shoes, not suit, but dress pants, dress shirt. So they knew he was sir.
Yeah.
Sir. So everybody
love
called
it.
him sir.
Wow. That's awesome.
Father. They would call him father.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
Our verse of the day today is coming from Matthew chapter 11, verse 29. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and lowly in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. Sort of the perfect antithesis
Exactly
for Black
what I was-
Friday.
To the market in Basawal.
Hold on one second. Nah, no way. Antithesis? You're joking me.
I promise you that's not the word.
Judge? Antithesis is the word? Oh, it's not the word. Okay.
So the point's taken away from
Yeah,
him.
I got to get
So if
Shane.
he
Hang on one
ever-
second. Oh, he actually took the points.
I have an expanded vocabulary. Thank you
All
very
right.
much.
I just didn't think antithesis, the antithesis. But I think you're right.
Antithesis.
But I think you're right. I mean, even talking about Black Friday, maybe we can talk about that on today's show, like this learning to be content with what God gave you.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like Dr. Shah, I know that you being in the scholarly world, there's nothing inherently wrong with ambition, wanting to do better, wanting to have the best life on earth that you can. How do you balance that with what Jesus says, where he says, I'm gentle and lowly, and in me you'll find rest for your souls? How do you balance that with people who are like, well, then we shouldn't want things. We shouldn't strive to shop or to gain things. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think there's a balance there. I think there's a place for what Paul talks about. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. That's more a passage about contentment than I can hit a jump shot.
Right.
It's more about that. So yes, we should be content where God has placed us. At the same time, it's good to have a vision, a goal, a strive, a drive in life, and that's okay.
Yeah.
As long as we don't begin to worship those things.
Right.
As long as we don't live our lives focused upon those things.
Yeah. I appreciate that mindset because it wasn't until working here that I developed that drive, that passion to be better, to explore, to go further. By nature, I'm a very kind of easygoing, stagnate, vanilla. John likes
Same.
to call me a milk toast guy.
Who used to call you that?
John calls me a milk toast.
But I always say that because I think the same of me. I think I fall into that category too,
Yeah.
where I don't, once I arrive at a place I'm comfortable with,
Yeah.
I don't have a drive to, or I would say I didn't have a drive to be better.
Yeah,
Right.
very much like this works. Don't fix what's not broken.
Yeah, don't touch it.
But you have taught me to push the boundary in a good way, explore what is ahead,
Mm-hmm.
dig further, and be more creative.
Yeah, I think there's good value. I think there's value in good Christian ambition.
Yeah.
And I know that sometimes that can be a dirty word to some people, but I disagree. And I think you've taught me that is that you should always, I don't want to be better than everybody else. I want to be better than I was yesterday.
Right.
And the people who are better than me are driving me to be that.
Yeah.
I want what they have, not in an envious sort of way, but I can see that God has blessed them for their hard work.
That's right.
And for their, maybe there's a better word than ambition, but their drive to make an
Better
impact.
and best for the glory of God. Not
Right.
better and best just so you can look at yourself in the mirror and feel like you have arrived
Mm-hmm.
or you're so something and somebody. I mean, that's just gives room for pride.
Right.
Yeah.
No, we don't need that. Better and best for the glory of God. That's a big difference.
Very much
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
We talked. What did you say?
Milk toast.
No way.
You give him milk toast.
No way.
And you give me sermonic something.
You gave me, what did I have the
You
other day?
even said it back to me.
Pterodiddle? You gave me pterodiddle. you gave me milk
Sermocination.
toast?
Sermocination versus milk toast.
Let's.
I say we fire the
I was
guy.
going to say, Dr. Shaw, I don't know if I have the authority to send Cleveland
like
employees
President
home for the day.
Trump will say, "You're fired."
Hey, listen, you're fired.
You're fired.
Get out. I don't know if I have permission
Terrible words, the
or the
worst
authority
words.
to send Clearview employees home for the day, but I would, if you would grant me that just for today, I'd like to send him home.
Well, the problem
Milk
is I need him
toast.
to do some work. I don't want him to go.
Well, congratulations on milk toast,
Thank
Ryan.
you very much. I appreciate that. I
Incredible.
saw that when I was like, oh, what a happy coincidence.
You got
I can wait this
offended.
in.
You got offended over antithesis, but milk toast was fine. Okay, shoot. And you didn't think to say, "Hey, David, I think this word's too easy."
No.
Milk toast.
If I get lobbed the softball, I'm going to hit it.
Yeah, you hit it all right.
we talked the other day, Dr. Shah. I
Yes.
think not yesterday, but the day before, about your scholarly
Work.
Writings and work
your writing,
and,
yeah.
research.
And so I wanted to know, because we were talking about all these articles that you're writing, and you're pouring so much time into your research. You know, how do you engage in research in that way? What I mean is, I think you made the comment that like a lot of times these articles, they get published, but they're not like circulating. They're not sold like books are sold.
Right.
So how do you find them?
Oh, so there is a database out there. Libraries have it, universities have it, academic institutions definitely have it, especially if they're accredited, they will have it. And you get on there and you're able to do research, advanced settings, and you're able to type in keywords or author names, or if you have a book title, or if you have a verse that you're working on. Let's say I'm doing this paper on Acts 8:37, so I'm going to type that into the keyword. And then
By the time this airs, by the way, you're probably reading this paper right
Yes,
now as people
yes,
are listening to
that's
this.
right.
That's really cool.
and then things begin to pop up. But just because you do that doesn't mean you're going to have all the articles. Sometimes you have to go through bibliographies. You have to read introductory articles in dictionaries. Not just a regular English dictionary, but these are like theological dictionaries or Greek theology, exegesis dictionary, and find relevant subjects, and then look down to see what are the recommended books or articles that this author used in composing that article. And then you follow them, read those articles, and then you'll find out that there are experts in the field on that particular subject or that book or that verse even. And then you see what is it that those experts recommend. They're not going to say, okay, so read this book. No, they're going to quote a certain book more often than others. So you go, or an article. So you then follow that article.
Is there any danger? No, not danger, but is there any like? Well, I guess danger is an okay word. Of like falling down a rabbit hole and ending up in a place that's way off topic.
That can happen. It happens to me sometimes, where I will end up following a lead, which I know is not going to directly benefit my paper, but it's going to improve my understanding and fill in the gaps of some of my deficiencies regarding that subject, that topic. So then I will go ahead and go all in on that article or on that issue
Gotcha.
and research that.
There have been times, Ryan, I don't know if this has ever happened to you or even you, Dr. Shah, where like I'll be on YouTube. I still spend a lot of time on YouTube, and I'll be watching a video on like, I don't know how a steam engine works, and somehow it's not like it's related tangentially, but somehow I'll end up like seeing how the Pacific Theater was going in World War II, and like how all that
100%,
stuff,
yeah.
like how did I get here?
The related videos where they're just related enough that 3 or 4 videos later you're like, how, what?
Yeah.
What was this
Yeah.
train of thought?
Yeah.
I don't know. Is that how it kind of sometimes it can work in research?
In scholarly research, it may not be that distant, so it will still be connected. So, for example, I'm writing this paper on Acts 8:37, which is a verse that should not be there in the original text. Okay, because the manuscripts that support that verse are from the 4th, 5th century. So there's no reason for them to be in the text. So as I am, there's no reason for that verse to be in the text of Acts. So as I'm researching that verse and the grammar or the manuscripts, something will spark something there about a certain author, certain text critic from the 19th century who wrote some very important things regarding the Western text. So I'm going to now follow that person for a little bit and see who was he, what was his deal, why did he think that the Western text was good, like A.C. Clarke. What was so special about him? And then I'll follow him, and then he wrote a book called The Descent of Manuscripts. Okay, let me see what this book. Oh wow, this book has a lot of information. Well, this information, is it good? Is it bad? I don't know. And then I'll read somebody else from the time period who talked about The Descent of Manuscripts by A.C. Clarke. So I want to know who are those people? Were they reputable enough to write on it? So now I'm learning not only about Acts 8:37, but also about the Western text, also about A.C. Clarke, also about Descent of Manuscripts, and then I'm also learning about these other text critics who talked positively or negatively about A.C. Clarke's work. But in the process, you see how I've been able to understand.
Right.
I've been able to understand Acts 8:37 better, not completely, but better. I've been able to understand the Western text. I've been able to understand A.C. Clarke. I've been able to understand the state of New Testament textual criticism at the end of the 19th century. So my understanding has grown.
Yeah.
So again, it's not
It can happen.
Right, and it's not you just chasing a lead to achieve a goal, but really the goal is you're becoming a better scholar. You're becoming a better text critic. Have you ever, this is kind of just an aside, but have you ever is it possible to know that a source is a waste of time without, like, so for instance, like that book, okay, well, the Descent, what was it? The
Descent of Manuscripts.
The Descent of Manuscripts. For you to find out if this information is good or a waste of time, do you have to read that book, or can you just go to other people who have said?
Yeah, I have to decide, is this book a key book in my field that is a must read? So thank goodness I have someone like Dr. Maurice Robinson. I can ask him. And I did ask him, I said, what do you think about A.C. Clarke? I know he's a Western text proponent. Or is he good? He said, well, he the way he saw variant readings is like they were passengers getting on and off a train. So a variant reading would get part of the manuscript tradition, then jump off, and then jump back in, and then jump off, and jump. He said that really is not how textual criticism worked. That's not how the Greek manuscripts were transmitted. By variants jumping on and off. We don't have proof for that. That's not really accurate.
Right.
Oh, okay. So maybe I shouldn't read Descent of Manuscript. It does have some helpful information, but maybe not one that is a must-read on my list.
Got you.
You see how that works. But I am aware of A.C. Clarke. I'm aware of his contribution. I'm also aware of his deficiencies. And I'm not going to read that book.
Got you.
But if I find it at a book sale at like $4, I'll buy it.
Yeah.
Oh, even if it's like $20, I'll buy it because it's worth having, and it has some very important information.
Yeah.
Very cool.
About the Western text. So things like that is how scholarly research is done. Maybe we need more time to talk about this.
Yeah, true. What would you say to people who, just as we're wrapping up, who are like, I want to do this. I want to be the absolute best I can be. It's just hard to know where to start.
Scholarly research ultimately is about truth. Should be. So if a person fudges the truth, or if they are okay with quoting some information, not the other information, they're not going to be a good scholar.
Good point.
You have to really, really go where the truth is leading you.
Yeah. It's not about proving your side of the argument.
Right.
It's about just finding out.
It's not
true.
about your ulterior motive or some thought or some, you have this angle that you want to figure out. That then you will have a rough time being a scholar.
Yeah.
Has that ever? I'm not trying to push this over time, but has that ever happened where you are chasing a lead, thinking I'm trying to prove this thesis or this hypothesis, to find that the evidence went the other way?
Yeah, it's happened before.
Really?
I have to change the hypothesis. Hypothesis.
Yeah.
I have to change it.
Wow.
And then I have to go, okay, then this is how it's supposed to be.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I love
So helpful, so interesting thinking about the research that scholars do, that you do, Dr. Shah, and wading into that world. If you guys enjoyed today's episode, write in and let us know, 252-582-5028, or you can visit us online at clearviewtodayshow.com. Don't forget, you can partner with us financially on that same website. Be a part of what God is doing through the Clearview Today Show and reaching the nations with the gospel of Jesus. John, what do you want to plug as we head into the weekend?
Definitely want to plug, well, first off, Dr. Shah's paper. It will be available. You're actually reading it today as you guys are listening to it, and I imagine it will be available in the coming weeks or months for you guys to read. But if not, in the meantime, you can be reading his book, 30 Days of Praying for America, Daily Devotions to Heal Our Nations. Dr. Shah wrote this alongside his wife, Nicole. You can get it on Amazon right now. You can also get our debut album, Heaven, Here, and Now. It's available on iTunes, Spotify, Apple Music, Rhapsody, anywhere that digital music is sold. So make sure you download it right now.
Also, just want to remind you, if you are local in the area, make sure you come by and pick up your tickets for a Christmas Carol coming up right here at Clearview Church on December the 7th and the 8th.
It's not going to be milquetoast.
It's not going to be milquetoast. Tickets are $5 a piece. Doors open at 6, and the show starts at 7, and we would love to see you. If you'd like information about tickets, you can contact us here in the Clearview Today Show. Hope you guys have a wonderful weekend worshiping God with your church family. We'll see you bright and early on Monday. We love you guys. We'll see you Monday on Clearview Today.